Alright, so we're getting towards the end of the fall kickoff. I'm doing some 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 14. It's called Are You Blind? It's verse 14. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, he and a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots, and his servants, and unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. So, pretty much all that happened so far is the Syrians are enclosing in on the Israelites, and Elisha is like the prophet right now, and one of his like apprentices or understudies come to him and said, you're being attacked. The Syrian king's trying to kill you, because God was giving Elijah these prophecies of when the Syrians would be trying to attack Israel, and Israel was escaping all of them. So he figured if he can kill Elijah, he can take over Israel. Verse 16, like I said, I'll read that again. And he said, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened his eyes, and the young man, and he saw, and behold, a mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So Elisha prayed, and he was praying for his apprentice that the Lord would open his eyes and he would be able to see all the angels that was around him to protect Elisha and the city of Israel. And what he's blind spiritually, not physically. This young man, he could see, because if he couldn't see, he wouldn't be able to see the Assyrians. So when he said open his eyes, he means spiritually, so that way he could see all the angels and the heavenly things. And I know if you're able to see this video, obviously you can see, but are you able to see the spiritual things? Are you able to see when you're being attacked spiritually? Are you able to see when God has his hand on you and protecting you? Verse 18. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. So this is physical blindness, because this is the Syrians that are being blind. They could see fine, obviously, because they were the army. If the army can't see, what's the army going to do? So Elisha prays to God again that the Syrians will be blind, and he takes them captive for sake of time. I'm not going to read through all these verses here, but pretty much the Lord takes him, Elisha takes him captive into the city, and brings him down in verse 22. And he answered, Thou shalt... verse 21, sorry. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, When he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he answered, Thou shalt not smite them. Wouldst thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink and go to their master. So this is like you're in the woods or something, and you're getting attacked by a bear, and instead of killing the bear, God makes the bear blind, and you lead the bear on a leash to your house, and then ask God, should I kill the bear? Now, obviously, it'd be kind of cool to have a bear, but God's saying, no, let the people go. Don't just take them captive and kill them. That's not right. So he lets the people go, but even on top of just letting them go, he makes sure they're nourished. He feeds them and drinks them, just like the Bible says, love thy neighbor as thyself, love thy enemy, and pray for thy enemies, right? So that's what they did here, is they nourished their enemies and let them go freely. So pretty much, are you blind? Spiritually, or obviously not physically, but spiritually, if you're blind, you're going to miss out on all the blessings that God has for your life. And end of the story is pretty much, don't miss out on what God has for you, and love thy enemies as thyself.